I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Disaster, yes we going up like Jedi Master. Life you count, money slow, then blow it faster, outer space.
Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumit Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Today I'm talking to you guys about not being basic, okay? What's a basic? If you're over 40 or 50 years old, okay, this is a term used by millennials and Gen Z and the youth to mean that you're very ordinary. Okay, you're very ordinary in the sense of you're copying others, you're conforming to things that are there in the mainstream. You're kind of like a robot, like you're following the path without really considering what your path actually is. I've always understood to not only go with the flow, but to be the flow. Okay, going with the flow is okay, but what if somebody else controls your river, your current? It's really, really important for you to figure out who you are and what you're about. Okay, very simple. Understanding your why, understanding your values, understanding your limits, understanding your potential, and leaning into your edge. Really, really leaning into your edge. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't compare myself to other coaches. I don't. Okay? I don't compare myself to coaches. I don't compare myself to therapists. I don't compare myself to light workers. I don't compare myself to healers. I don't compare myself to gurus. I don't do that. Instead, who do I compare myself to? I compare myself to warlocks and gods and mythologies and cartoons and Jedis and mystics and science fiction movies and dreams. That's not normal, quote unquote. Well, who wants to be normal anyway? I used to grow up thinking I need to fit in, I need to belong, I need to be accepted by others, only to reveal to myself that I would much rather stand out than be a part of the sheep squad, okay, the sheep brigade. Haha, going out party, drinking, like just this hamster wheel, of doing things that are so ordinary. It's like what is expected. You get a 9-to-5 job, you get married, you do this, you follow the path, you're the cog in the wheel. You go to school so you get a job. I mean, why else would you go to school, right? And when you get a job, you're employed under someone else. You're under them. Think about this, right? You're submissive to them, which lowers your serotonin. And you go off in your life living to please others, to be accepted by others, but you haven't even accepted yourself yet. So how can you possibly reach this space of long-term happiness when you haven't even begun your inner work journey, which starts with the foundation of self-love? And self-love is kind of like a quirky term we use nowadays to describe this. I mean, of course, self-love wasn't in the Buddhist teachings. It wasn't in the kind of, the Taoist doctrines or the Stoic principles. I mean, of course, they might get close to it, but this is a very, very modernized term, okay, to explain it. But I'm using that term to get you to understand that all love is self-love. It starts from within. If you know that it starts from within and it starts internally, your own journey, you can actually turn your stuckness into momentum. You can actually turn your sadness into happiness. You can actually transform your anger into calm. You can actually transform your anxiety into ferocity, preparedness, and ease. It's really about understanding what do you stand for in this world, and are you comparing yourself to the mediocre standard of the world? I don't even believe in that like idea of oh, this person is a banker and he makes so much more money than me and he has a better lifestyle than me, and how do I know that? How do I actually know that? What, from some highlight reels on his social media? How do I know he's not suffering internally? How do I know that that man is not suffering in some other area of his life, like his relationships, or his sense of calmness in situations? How do I know that? You see, I know that spiritual power is the greatest power. First of all, when that is handled, nothing can touch you. You can't be compared to. You stop being basic. And you stop doing things for the approval of others. And you start going from basic to spacek. Okay, meaning you create space. You give yourself the space to heal. You give yourself the space to transform. You create spaces. You create a vacuum as you walk into a room. As people notice you. And they start to understand, that guy's a normal, that girl is a normal. She has something going on for her. I don't know, she just doesn't talk about normal things and hang around normal people. He's not a normie. She's not a normie. If you had the opportunity to recreate your life in a millisecond, would you do it? If you could forget everything and start from scratch, would you do it? If you can strip off all the labels and label yourself as free from labels, could you do it? If you could erode and chip away at this insecure ego of yours and truly start to transform and be at a potency and power that is congruent to your soul beingness, to your essence, to your blueprint, to your signature blueprint, your flow print that you bring to this world? Are you able to channelize your flow code? Are you able to open the valves of stuckness in the body and the mind to be able to bring through something greater than you? Because a lot of people try to do, they idolize themselves and then they try to lift up their idol above themselves. They don't actually start embodying and living through that. Right? So humanize yourself, understand that you're in this human flesh form existence, though you are connected to Source, and you want to really be understanding of your own electromagnetism and your skin, which conducts electricity because it's 70% water or something, right? We are water. We are water, which makes us fluid, which makes our identities fluid, which makes our lifestyles fluid, which makes our pathways fluid. The waterway path. Right, Taoism. So understand that fluidity and start living through that fluidity instead of being stuck and rigid, stubborn, and not willing to learn. Melt away that shallow frame of living and conduct yourself just like you are a conductor of electricity, just like you are an influencer of electricity and energy around you, so you can hold more space. And the normies would have clicked out of this video immediately. They would have gone, oh, what is he talking about? This is some kind of spiritual stuff. Is this guy okay? I mean, is he joining a cult? What is he wearing? Why does he have such long hair? What is this guy telling me? Okay, normie would have already judged by now, clicked off of this video, but if you've made it this far, you've got to understand that you're different. Okay, you actually perceive the level of consciousness that I'm giving you through this video. So if this is you, click the link in the bio and join us, the Flow Jedis, in our Telegram group. Okay, the mission of that group is to transform a fear-based society into a flow-based society. That's the whole point. So if you have questions, requests for videos, I see a lot of people commenting with requests for videos. Go to the Telegram group, request me there. I'll get to it much more quickly. Okay? As well as binaural requests and all the other stuff that you guys have. Okay? I'll get to them there. Okay? Because that's a direct connect into me and what I'm doing right now. Okay? So we're also having something called Genius Days, okay, every Sunday at 8 p.m. IST. So if you are interested in that, shoot me a message on Instagram or just join the Flow Telegram group. I'm going to be posting on there with the Zoom link. Right now it's free, donation based if you have questions. And yeah, we're just going to take it from there. Learn about the logistics and evolve it from there. Because that's what this is about, guys. You know, this is about creating momentum with a movement. Like, moving forward. And it's really, really key on embodying your teachings. Like, you could hear me from these videos, but are you embodying those teachings? Are you taking a little chunk of what I said? And you're like, man, yeah, I don't want to compare myself to coaches. Maybe I'll compare myself to a fairy from now on. Wow, hey, yeah, that's better. Okay? Just because you don't fit in and you feel like, oh, Burning Man is the only chance that I get. No, don't leave it at that. Okay, whatever it is, don't leave it to some events, some pastor, some person, some ideology. Don't leave it and keep it as a crutch like, oh, only when this thing will happen, then I'll be that person. Only when I'll do this, then I'll be happy. It's not, I'll be happy when, is I am happy then. It's not I'll be happy when, it's I am happy then. Okay? It's backwards. You got this whole thing backwards. So start to just reverse engineer, create from scratch again. It's okay to be basic because you're the base, you're the root chakra, right, in a sense. But then we got to build from there. We got to get you to the upper echelons. Right? And maybe you are in the upper echelons. Maybe you're not basic at all. Maybe you're floating up into the clouds. Well, then we got to bring you back down, earth you a little bit more, keep you grounded, get you connected to this reality in this 3D plane. Timestamp, a mark of your own approval, and get you tapped in. Have an amazing day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary.